And Instagram's new video. So, I've been vomiting for a while. Things happened, but I'm slowly getting better. I took a really long nap and actually relaxed, and I felt so much better when I woke up. Sometimes you just need to sleep. It was just the stomach bug, but you know what? Painting is kind of relaxing, so at least I can paint, you know? My mom started her own digital version of art. She can't do actual art, but she can do digital art. And by that, I mean she's doing a paint by number video game. Like she's not actually drawing, she's just filling in numbers. That when I was a little kid, though, before I learned how to do art. Mainly because it was really fun messing around with textures and colors. Really slightly blue in person. So we have a stapler in the restaurant that I work in, and it's the in between a pastel blue and a pastel purple. And I've discovered what actual lilac the color is meant to be. Because I originally thought periwinkle was that pale, but periwinkle is apparently slightly darker. I'm okay to admit I'm wrong, but it's definitely not purple. It's got purple tones in it, but it's not purple. When I think of purple, I think of my hair. Actually, excited for the results. Also, some of this paint is sticky, and I don't know how to feel about that. Slowly trying to blend some of these colors together. Because I really do not want this to look unblended. I'm doing some of those bigger chunks right now. It's quite entertaining, actually. The reason I like using the tinier brushes more than the bigger brushes is yes, bigger brushes can cover more surface area, but there's so many tiny details that I'm gonna try to avoid painting over. This is a very relaxing lines as much as possible. Because if you want to blend it, then it actually looks nicer in the long run. And if you just use the basic lines, it's a good guide, but you can make it more of what you want. Stack of stickers here. Oh, my goodness. My computer just went flicker. A few 16s that I can do. The 16s are a bit smaller. Imagine how much fun it is to be in space. Oh my God, this section is so much bigger than I thought it was. Imagine I just started in the center of this thing. That'd be wild, bro. The fact that people can pay to go into space is a little bit wasteful, but I think it's also proof that rich people can do whatever they want and get away with it. It looks so much nicer. You know, the white that I'm using now is a slightly brighter white than the canvas. There's actually a paper version of this too that came in the box. Should I paint both or just one? I should probably be eating chips or something. Like, I'm not even halfway done yet, but I'm pretty far. One's paint that I had to replace. I replaced with glitter paint. Sorry for my, like, silence and stuff. It's just focus. I try to focus as much as I can on art so that I can get it done quite well, but also to make sure I don't fuck it up. You ever say something completely innocent and then it gets turned into an innuendo? I'm the person who turns a lot of people's words into innuendos, but if we're not chill like that, don't like misfits market. Don't vomit up noodles. It looks like worms. This one's like such an awful consistency. I'm just gonna add water until it's a nicer one. I like how some channels try to be child friendly. I'm not really that child friendly. Like, don't get me wrong. The things I say are things I would say in front of children, but I probably should because I swear like a sailor in front of children. This is a pretty gray. Kind of like purplish blue. Definitely gives me indigo vibes, but gray. This is actually a color I wouldn't mind painting walls in a house. Something I realized is the 9 and the 6 are very similar, and if they're sideways, you can't tell which is which. Something I realized is I was probably just looking for a reason to use one of the darker colors so far. So I'm really excited to get into using the greens and stuff. I actually started vomiting after I got out of the shower. And since the last thing I ate was noodles, it looked horrifying. I'm still nauseous. The question I have is, do you believe in aliens? Because I do. I mean, the universe is far too vast for us to be the only possible living beings in it. And you just need the basic fundamentals of life to have life. Me being 100% certain I'm gonna get paint all over myself. My hands are so sweaty that it's making the paint wet. Not fun. 10 out of 10 though, don't recommend throwing up noodles. Because while I was vomiting, occasionally a piece would just be in my throat still, and it feels lodged, and it's just not fun. So I'm probably not going to be able to eat noodles without remembering that feeling for a while. Which sucks because I love ramen. It's more green. So I've been reading this one new manga, and I've gotten to a point in the story where one of the female characters drugged the main character, and the love interest in the story found out about that and was about to beat up the person who drugged their love interest. And I've never felt more proud of reading a story because of how easily defendable our main characters are. And all of the love, consent, and trust between the main two characters is just so precious. We'll state the paint in this set, real nice. Really pigmented. Some of it's dried out, but I don't actually know how long the person had the set before they gifted it to me. So it could just be a manufacturer, it could be just old. I've had old people give me expired food before, so I wouldn't put it against them if this really was expired. But my friends also had one of these sets before, so considering how hers came out, it's kind of nice, you know? Also, my friend was asking how much the yarn I had costs if she wanted a bigger blanket. And my only thought was the blanket that I made for my bed it had over $100 worth of yarn for it. Like, don't get me wrong, I would crochet a blanket for her in a heartbeat and spend months on it like I did for mine. But yarn is not cheap. Like, you can try to find deals for it. Um, Technically, I used 1.5 skeins for her blanket that I gave her, and it's just like a tiny little lap blanket. Can also double as a pillow. If she wanted, I could actually make it into a pillowcase. And I would, in a heartbeat. A very strong theme in the story though is that men can get raped too. They're not as common to get raped, sure, but they still can get raped. It is a thing. And it is. And they usually get shamed for the lack of consent. Regardless of whether they're the ones that didn't consent or the other person. They're the ones that usually get shamed for it, regardless of what side they're on. Because it makes them feel like even if they did the right thing, they're still in the wrong. Which is cruel. Yeah, you probably can hear my AC. I did not turn it off. But it's like hot as fuck in here, so I hope my camera doesn't like fully pick it up and that I can edit out most of it, but probably not. My AC is kind of loud. Peace, love, have a good day, my Fab fans, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.